Coming up on The Point, cadets head back from winter break and gear up for the upcoming semester. Welcome to the United States Military Academy at West Point, New York, home to 4,400 cadets. The oldest continuously occupied military post in the country, West Point sits on over 16,000 acres and is one of the largest school campuses in the world. Here, the leaders of tomorrow are trained. With over 40 majors to choose from, the Academy is one of the most highly regarded schools in the nation. The Academy offers 25 Division I sports, and several of its athletes have participated in the Winter and Summer Olympic Games. But the Academy prepares a cadet for far more than just educational feats. It prepares them for joining the ranks of the finest army in the world. The Long Gray Line has produced many great leaders, and here we will take an inside look into their world. I'm your host, Sergeant Alexandria Corneiro, and this is The Point. As winter break came to a close, the annual blood drive kicked off, and cadets began preparing themselves for another semester at the Academy in what is known as Reorganizational Week or Reorgi Week. Let's check it out as Cadet Daniel Spruce walks us through the week.
Reorgi Week is when all of the upperclassmen are usually organizing the companies, getting everyone ready for the academic year. You have book issue, you have to clean your rooms, unpack everything from last semester. You get to meet your new roommate because they always like to switch at the semester so that you get to know everyone in your company. You've got to collect your books, you get introduced to all the new chain of command, all of your new team leaders, squad leaders, and your company commander and first sergeant. It gives everyone an opportunity, especially the upperclassmen, when they switch positions. Usually, if they are first semester, if they're a security sergeant, the next semester they'll have a higher position where they have subordinates under them, so they'll be a squad leader. And that gives them opportunities to lead and practice it during the academic year, first semester, with different people. So it's really cool to see the people change their positions the next semester. They might have had a smaller position and now they're first sergeant. I like the teachers and the classes that I'm in right now. I'm excited to see what kind of things I'm going to learn this semester.
Cadets headed down to Eisenhower Hall to take part in the Armed Services Blood Program's annual blood drive. The program provides quality blood products for service members and their families during both peace and wartime. The Joint Service Program works to collect, process, store, distribute, and transfuse blood worldwide. 30 years ago, West Point welcomed a group of American citizens back on U.S. soil after being taken hostage from the embassy in Iran. Years later, the Academy welcomed them back for a reunion. They shared their experiences and advice with the Corps of Cadets. Former Iranian hostage Paul Lewis shares his story with us.
The story about going to Tehran is I was assigned to go to Rome, which is a large post, and I really did want to go places where you normally couldn't go. And they asked for volunteers to go to Iran, and I thought, what could be more interesting than watch a revolution from the safety of the U.S. Embassy? Might be a little excitement, too. So I flew in on November 3rd, and they promptly overran the embassy on November 4th. I was new to the country, to the people. Chance of escape was very, very, very slim. We had no outside input, no news. So what I determined to do was that when things seemed bad and I felt under stress or being pushed to do something, that I had to remember that someday I'm going to walk out here in a set of dress blues and look at somebody that served on Okinawa or is held in captivity in Vietnam and say, I did my bit, I brought no shame. And it got down to, we all like to talk about pride in our country and the flag, but it really came down to a very personal thing that when this is over, can I hold my head up? And that brought things back into perspective very quickly. When we got on the bus as a steward and drove to West Point, I was simply overwhelmed that there were people along the entire route cheering us. And when we reenacted that a little bit this morning with the cadets, I had that same feeling when I got off the bus. I had to hurriedly get inside because the big knot was in my throat, and I was having trouble with my composure because I felt the same way I did 30 years ago. So I always have great feelings toward the people here because it was our first welcome home, and it was unbelievable. One thing I'd like to pass is you guys have something special here. I mean, the West Point is a source of pride that never leaves. And when you're going through your career and things might seem tough or out of whack, remember you can come back here and ask yourself, can I hold my head up? And if you can, you've done your duty.
Well, this is the section of our show where we like to take the time out to answer any questions you have for the cadets here at the Academy. This week's question comes to us from Brittany from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Brittany would like to know about the transition from high school student to West Point cadet. A very interesting question, Brittany. Let's ask them.
Hello, my name's Cadet Christopher Collins. I'm from Apollo Beach, Florida. And to answer your question, Brittany, what's it like going from a high school student to a cadet in the United States Military Academy? It's kind of the mixture between being a college student and a member of the military. You have that unique sense of excitement and joy it is from being in college, and you also have that responsibility and that expected maturity as a soldier in the United States military.
Remember, if you have a question for a cadet, please feel free to email us at askacadet@gmail.com. Please include your name, location, and question. Well, that's it for this week's edition. I'm your host, Sergeant Alexandria Corneiro, and this is The Point.
Yeah, it's great. I'm just going to see how hard it is.
Okay. It's been a long-standing tradition leading up to the Army-Navy football. Yes.
Can you see his reflection in the glass?
No, I just know him.
This is professional.
It's been a long. Whoa. It's been a long-standing you're killing me.
Come on over here.
Daddy, I want to drink of water.
Oh, I want to dance with you, honey.
So he goes,
I want to
drink of
the
water.
heat with you, darling.
So she goes and gets a drink of water, and she comes back and she goes, Daddy, the water's spicy.
With somebody who loves you.
She drank the vodka out of the fridge.
You have the current software.
You're so fabulous. And a dip. Oh, darling.